What if I told you that you could easily post weekly content without having to record each video from scratch? As a video content expert who has created content for my own brand for the past years, but also creating content for my agency clients, I have nailed the low-lift video content strategy that I'm going to be sharing with you, which makes it easy to stay consistent and it makes video content feel really easy. If you've ever felt like video is taking up so much of your time creating all of this content, this is the content plan for you. And if you want to execute this content plan and repurposing workflow, I created a completely free template for you to plan out all of your content, including some ChatGPT prompts to help you generate ideas using that original content that you already have. The first type of content is talking head videos. So this is you talking directly to camera. It could be maybe you're multitasking. There could be like a visual hook. It could be more educational, more storytelling oriented. It could even be entertaining. And which we'll talk about a little bit later, it can even come from longer form content like recording video while you're podcasting or from YouTube content. Then we have quote videos, and they're exactly as they sound. Essentially, we're pairing B-roll video clips with simple text overlay, and maybe you're adding an audio on top of that. This is definitely the easiest type of content you can create in this content plan. So while I recommend doing at least one of these a week, this could be the way you could increase your posting frequency really easily from there. And the third type of content is storytelling videos. So essentially you're using all the types of video to tell a story visually. So we have the visual video clips that you're sharing, then we have the audio, which can be music. It can also be just the audio of the clips that you have. Like I love the no trending audio trend, I guess you could say, where it just lets you listen to the actual audio of the video clips. It adds like such a vibe. Or you could also do a voiceover element where maybe you're talking through a story or musings that you have on a topic. For creating the storytelling videos and quote videos, it's really important that you are prioritizing capturing B-roll and video footage and clips. The goal is that if you're capturing these types of video clips throughout your week, and it's literally just capturing things you're already doing in your day, you're able to build this stock content library of footage that, yes, you might use once, but most of it you can use multiple times because the goal is that it's going to be on brand for you. If I'm constantly recording me making my morning matcha, going for walks, doing work, recording content, traveling, doing client work, these are all things that are really core themes for my brand. So I can use a lot of these things multiple times and in different pieces of content, and you're able to work smarter and not harder. This is like another low lift hack. So go into your camera roll, what is B-roll you already have, and start to organize it into a folder. So when you need to grab it for those types of content, you're ready to go. And so the posting plan is really simple. We're going to be posting 3 times a week, all 3 types of those content. But the key is you are going to start with one piece of original content, which is then going to inform all of the videos that you're creating in your weekly posting plan. When in doubt, I like to opt for talking head videos being your original piece of content. You can share your thoughts, you can teach, you can get directly into your content idea at the source. And then from there, you can take what went into creating a talking head video to help you easily create the other videos that you have. So let's say we have your talking video. From there, you are going to either take the transcript, the outline that you created, maybe it's even the caption that you're posting the video with, or just the idea and the topic of the video. And we're gonna actually use that to create your storytelling video and your quote video. So now that you have your talking video, here's how you easily turn it into a quote video. You're going to pull those best lines, that best moment, and use it as the text on your quote video. All you need to do is pair it up with B-roll that you already have on your camera roll, and it's that simple to create that type of video. And with storytelling videos, you have a little bit more creativity you can play around with. You can kind of do that same concept, maybe have different video clips playing or even have the audio of the video clips playing. Or you could even pull that same mic drop moment, but the audio of it, and turn it into a voiceover. This is actually one of my favorite ways to take old talking videos that I've already created and essentially just take the audio of that and add B-roll on top of it. And if you're doing long form content, the repurposing workflow is pretty much identical. Future me is here to tell you that I just got the most exciting news that 5 of my agency clients were just nominated as finalists for the Reelies, which if you don't know, is literally an award show for small businesses. and Reels. And some of the video examples that you've seen in here, like my favorite storytelling videos using B-roll and voiceovers, are some of the videos that are nominated, literally finalists. So that means I need a favor from you. So if you can take some time to vote for our clients' videos that are in these categories, I would appreciate you forever, because as an agency that's growing, it's really nice to say award winning. Like it's nice. And voting does end this week, like literally the week that this video is going live. So take your time. It's in the description. It's in the first comment, and go ahead and vote. I appreciate you. Now let's get back into the video. So you're going to take your long form talking content like a YouTube video, and you're going to pull a talking video clip from that. The key here is to actually think about what that talking video might sound like when you're prepping and recording your long form content. So when I'm outlining my YouTube content, I like to think of what are those really juicy moments that I know would make a really great reel, because just pulling good content from your YouTube videos or a podcast episode is not going to cut it. You want it to have a strong hook, a really good flow and structure. You want it to wrap up really naturally, which sometimes when you're just pulling random clips that seem valuable on the surface, you're missing one or all of those elements. So when I'm outlining and thinking of that mic drop moment, I'm also recording wide enough with my framing so I can easily pull it in for a reel, and that becomes my talking video for the week. Then from there, because it's long form, you have so much juicy stuff to pull from. I often like to promote my YouTube videos via email, and so I'll actually pull text from that for my quote video. And essentially from one YouTube video that you recorded, you easily have 3 pieces of content, and this could multiply times over. You could use it for stories, you could use it for carousels. I have an entire episode talking about like how to use existing content and turn it into a really great carousel, which I've loved doing for my own YouTube content. And you only had to film once. So while you can pull the talking clip from your YouTube video directly, you also can essentially use your script, use when you're already filming to film a talking video directly for social. This is a great way to build on a topic you're maybe talking about in your video, or maybe use a different talking head format like a green screen. And you're able to better control what you're talking about in that video without having to nail it in your long form content. But what's great is that when you're already filming your long form content, adding on a minute of filming an additional video to go along with it that's vertical and for short form really takes the most minimal effort and energy, and your chances are you're like already in a flow. Like I could yap about repurposing for multiple videos beyond this one. And so we're going to take those 3 pieces of content you created from your original piece of content, maybe a talking head, a long form piece of content, and then that becomes your posting plan. We love to just do a simple Monday, Wednesday, Friday to give all of that content a little bit of breathing room, but you really can customize this posting plan depending on when you think your audience is most engaged or when you actually like to post your content. So you can use a common theme across all of your 3 weekly posts. So for example, if I was going to do this workflow with this video, my entire theme across that week would be repurposing and content posting plans that are low lift and easy. All of the topics would kind of be related, would kind of build on each other, but you're getting an entirely different experience with each piece of content. So do not be afraid to be repetitive. That is how you create your best content and really allow your message to land with your audience. Plus, when you think about when people are discovering you from those videos, you're giving them more content to binge around a topic they already like. So it's really effective for growth. Or you can just follow this repurposing structure without having to have a set theme or topic that you're covering each week. There's really no right or wrong way. Some people love to have a theme, like it helps them stay consistent and really dedicated to like the topic, but also this can be super effective for taking existing content that you don't even need to film or actively be recording to turn it into easily a month of content with this workflow. So let's say you've gotten this far and you're like, Natasha, I actually hate talking head videos. And while we have some mindset issues to unpack there, you can do this exact workflow, but with non-video or non-talking content. So essentially you want to start with content or existing assets that you already have. So maybe it's outlines or scripts for podcast episodes. Maybe it's captions that you've written on carousels or even things you've broken down in a carousel post. Maybe it's emails, one of my favorite places to get juicy content from, or even transcripts from coaching calls or course materials that you have. That essentially is going to become your original source for the 3 types of content you're going to repurpose. So you could use this to easily script and outline a talking video because yes, I'm still gonna have that in your posting plan. You can then easily grab copy and text from any of those existing materials, and then you can pull that for your text on your quote video and the video's caption. And you also can use all of that to inform the voiceover, the story you're telling, the text you're adding, or the B-roll that you're sharing in your storytelling video. So you want to take this workflow and base it off the content that you're already creating the most consistently, and that really leans into your strengths. And remember, talking content doesn't always need to be directly to camera. One of my favorite hacks for getting talking content really easily is filming you doing talking things. So let's say you're doing a coaching call or a strategy session, or maybe you're doing virtual speaking or even in-person speaking. I love to put off my camera to the side, so it'll be kind of a side angle that you're not looking directly at. I'll maybe put a mic on like the one I'm wearing now, and then I record the entire thing. When you upload it into a tool like Descript, you're going to get that entire transcript, so you can easily pull clips or voiceover moments that you can use for video or voiceovers, but you're also getting that transcript that you can use for your captions, for your text overlay. Like, everything is in one place, and you can get more than 3 pieces of content from something like a podcast guesting recording. So if you do a lot of that in your business or in your weekly flow, make sure you're getting that speaking content. These 3 types of content, that posting plan is one of our favorite things to do for our clients, so we're able to be strategic and showing up weekly for them without them having to record weekly videos for us to edit and post. But the ultimate hack on top of all of this is having a content day where you're batching a lot of that original or talking content. I want to walk you through exactly what this looks like because we just did this for one of our clients. Her name is Carla and she has a podcast agency, and she had been very inconsistent, like never talking about podcast education at all. And so we booked an entire content day where yes, we were filming B-roll clips and things like that, but she already had like a bank of B-roll that was just sitting there. Oh, just sitting there ready for us to use. So we focused our time in the studio, getting a variety of talking content. And remember how I said to lean into your strengths? That's exactly what we did during this content day. So not only did we outline all of the talking concepts, the ideas, the hooks, the topics, like what we wanted to capture during that day, but I leaned into Carla's strengths by knowing she's a podcaster. She has a podcast agency. So naturally, I knew that being interviewed and being conversational was going to be her jam. And so we were able to get 30 talking videos in 2 hours. Like, we cranked it out, different outfits, different locations, and they turned out so good, and her audience has been eating it up. But what was so great is not only did we get 30 talking head videos, which literally can get us through the rest of the year at this point, but we made the most of those 30 talking head videos. We've used them for voiceover clips. We've used them to literally create the text overlay videos that we've been using her B-roll with. And on top of that, we've been experimenting with more threads and carousels for all of our clients, which have been getting them such amazing results. And we're pulling from all of those videos to turn into those text-based pieces of content. So yes, we were able to record all that content in just one of those videos, got us 3 pieces of content, but it's so much bigger than that once you see the possibilities with repurposing and really get your workflow down. So let me know if you're gonna try out this content plan and the repurposing workflow that I've shared. I actually created a completely free template for you to access if you wanna use this content plan for yourself. And I've also included some ChatGPT prompts to help you generate ideas based on the original content that you already have. So you can drop it in your transcripts, you can drop in existing content, email copy, and also to make sure you have all the B-roll you need for executing these ideas. So you can access that template in the description. And I hope you're excited because we have a new series coming to my channel where we're talking all things video 101, B-roll, talking head videos, editing, so you can execute all the things we talked about today with confidence and optimize everything. Framing, shot lists, we're talking about all of it. So make sure you're subscribed and I'll see you in the next episode.